Yay!
And it's not a solo cast.
Yeah, I'm finally back. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna start like standing in front of the camera and then reveal that there's actually, because when the solo I just use a photo of this empty table behind me. So it's it could have been a surprise, but my the mic cable was making too much noise to get away with that gag. But yeah, Chris is here this week. So
finally.
Nice. So how have things been?
Busy.
Yeah.
Because of kind of COVID.
Right.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's and no end. We're up to like 10,000 a day. Yeah.
Was it 10? I thought it was like I thought I saw 2 in that number.
Oh, it might maybe.
Just
Yeah. It was at 9,000 recently, so I thought it went up to 10.
Proof that the quasi state of emergencies that are just please, if you could and don't mind,
Right.
if it's not too much trouble, stay home. Just like yeah.
Yeah, that's
Useless.
That's it's useless. Yeah, just a polite suggestion doesn't stop anybody from drinking at night. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Anyway.
Nice. Oh, hey Matt, how's it going?
Hey.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like the art. Yeah. So, Matt's working on a Twilight 2000 kind of expansion, like a kind of character hook,
nice.
Adventure hook character book, and needed some character art. So I've been working on that. Yeah, that's really fun. It's fun to.
That's what this show is all about.
Yes.
Connections for us.
Yeah, right. Working for you.
Yeah. The entertainment angle is just an add-on. This is Rust Network.
Right.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like what American pornography has become, just an advertisement for their escort services.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't realized that was the case. I was trying to wait for what the connection was.
Yeah, but nobody's buying DVDs anymore, so the only thing that they're doing is selling another service.
Well, you got to change with the times.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yes, we're back. So great. And Dwam, thanks for joining in. Glad we could catch you during your night shift.
Woohoo, yeah. Like I said, you are forced to listen to us because it's us or nothing.
Right. Well, very good.
I'm not pornography angle.
Yes,
because I'm keeping this family friendly. I remember watching something like a while back where I learned like the history of like tapes, like VHS and stuff, and it's kind of like, and they postulated that pornography is pretty much the thing that puts new technology into people's homes, right? And they kind of theorized that, that's going to do the same thing with robotics, right? Like once we get sex bots, like that's going to be the thing that kind of puts them in home. Why not apply that to tabletop RPGs, right?
Yeah.
Hey, there it is. I keep railing about how D&D should no longer be the monolith. Porn games. There you go. That's the way to get people to play other games. Porn games.
If you just get the banking industry to actually allow you to take payments for anything,
right?
That's where everyone's hitting.
Yeah.
All the Kickstarter, the crowdfunding, and everything, and even Patreon or PayPal has hit some snags where people are doing stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, we're just going to take all your money because we're not okay with this."
That's the crappy part. Like even if the platforms would be okay, it's the banking things that go, nope. So thanks a lot, assholes.
That's very funny. Yeah, it's a funny thing. But I think that model is similar to what happened in music. Like nobody sells music CDs anymore. Right. They just sell their live performance. So I guess porn had to follow live performance only. Anyhow, well, we'll start this out. So I hope your kids were not in the room during our little warm up here.
Or maybe they were. They got to learn somehow.
Yeah, right.
Not from us, please.
Hey, Miguel, how's it going? Nice. All right, well, let's get started. And I thought we'd start with a little kind of lightning round of topics from the last couple of weeks, just to see if there's anything you want to throw in there.
When I watch my own show.
Yeah, right. So when I was at minute 23, I scratched my nose. Which hand did I use? All right, so let's get things started.
Cool.
Welcome to The Weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And this week on The Weekly... First, Chris is back.
Yay! That's all you need to know. Show over. Yeah.
Yes. And we're going to start with a little bit of a lightning round of just the past couple of weeks, just to see if there's anything you want to throw in.
Cool.
To a couple of those topics. So things we talked about in the last, or things I talked to myself about in the last 2 episodes. So the tabletop simulator controversy.
Yep.
So their global chat is now offline.
Nuked.
Yeah. And the app's been on sale for a while now, too.
Oh, has it? Yeah, okay.
It's been like 50%.
Please come back. Please come back. Yeah.
Yeah. So there hasn't really been any developments
I haven't heard
on that. But I was really impressed by the person that was, mistreated and offended posted a very good, detailed kind of catalog of any, so that there's not any kind of misunderstanding, or you could see, especially with text, there can be misunderstanding in intent and wording, and so I thought that was a really good idea to kind of, I've documented everything, and here
it is.
Yeah, this is why I was upset.
Right.
That was handled well.
Not on the tabletop simulator. not on the tabletop.
Oh yeah, not
part.
on that.
Yeah.
Well, I think they just don't bother. I mean, mods, it's hard to probably get people to do that probably for free or a copy of the game or whatever. So the quality, I think, of them, and also it seems like a lot of communities, mods turn on each other, or they just it's an ugly situation, because it's just enough power to corrupt.
Oh, interesting. Yep.
So, but not here. We've got the best blue wrenches on YouTube. All right. And the expansion for Twilight 2000 is kind of an urban combat. So they're taking, it was the City of Krakow was the expansion for the original one in the 80s. So they're kind of giving you rules. Most of the stuff they did before wasn't like, hiding from, windows of abandoned buildings and stuff. So they're going to give you more rules for kind of guerrilla urban warfare. So that should be fun. Monsters of the Multiverse. Was so it's a D&D release, 5e, and the book is just, they collected everything that they had put in the other books, as far as like new monster sets, and also playable monsters. Okay. But what this is doing is following the kind of the new thinking where alignments are likely, I forget what they called it, common or likely or preferred. Like it's they don't tell you what the monster's alignment is. Like they're not born evil. Right. They're just usually, or you often find them to.
So it's not nature versus nurture. They were brought up this way.
Right.
Well, I guess it's better than
Yeah. So it's weird. So the book came out in a box set, and you can get it right now, but you have to buy like 2 other books you probably have in this box set, and it won't come out until I think the end of March by itself.
Well, I mean, hey, D&D 5e, whatever, you can't escape it. And kind of like with comics, and how I've thought, I'm not a big comic person, but I've thought like I'd like to read some, not buying individual issues. So I see how a collection, especially if these monsters were presented over disparate products over the years, like, cool, you want them? Here they all are on this box.
Right.
You're going to have to buy these extra 2 books with them. It makes it a bit less appealing, in my opinion. But I see why you do it. Right? Yeah.
And then some of those strategy things are a little weird. I'm sure it's the marketing guys, telling the, designers and stuff how they're going to present things.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing that's odd, though, is a lot of the monsters were kind of taken out of the context of their setting.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, I guess you could play this vampire character kind of class, but they don't really, they don't really fit in something,
Well, I mean, not to bash on D&D, because sure do that often enough. I think what they're going for is a multiverse approach, right? Where anything can be used anywhere, and in all of these products. So I'm sure some of them kind of lose their punch, as you said, when they're taken out of whatever context they're in. But I think that's what they're going for, just buffet style of everything,
right? And to make sure, everybody gets
what they want.
What they want, If you're just going to want a whole plate of Jello, that's fine with them. And the Dune NFT, we chatted, I think, a little bit about that. That was such a mess. I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding. Like the news kind of push the thing that, or push the angle that, these guys think they have the rights to Dune or whatever. No, they have a physical copy of these images that are kind of rare. So I think that's what they were banking on. Yeah.
Oh, I guess the physical nature, because like that was a kind of, anyway, on the tail end of that, a couple of people were like, these are like available in digital format and have been for a while. Right, and here's the links to all of them, right? So I kind of browsed through that, and they're amazing. So I think it was a bit silly where I don't know, right? Like, okay, it's an NFT. Are they going to make NFTs from that? Oh no, I just caused our chat to be swarmed by bots, haven't I?
Right. Yeah, I think that the scary thing is it just proves that now fan bases are going to have bank accounts and might have like millions of dollars to throw at auction sites and stuff.
Kind of haven't they all?
No, I mean like shared. I mean, like there's rich kids that buy the DeLorean from Back to the Future or whatever, but put all those guys together and they're talking about they've got millions of dollars to throw around at things
in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, right. But
I
they
mean,
can- but they
money
can-
is a social construct. This is like monopoly money, right?
Right.
I don't know. Like, I totally see what you're saying, and I don't like the implications of what that could lead to. But unless and until cryptocurrency is usable in, I think, a much, what's the word I'm trying to say? Many more places. I don't think it's something we have to worry about. But based on all the companies that are going that way, I think it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the head of this that bought the Dune book, he made liquid like $12 million just like that. So, yeah, it's a lot to it's a lot to worry. It's already a lot to worry. I mean, there's huge fees associated with that, but yikes. RuneScape got a tabletop RPG, so one of the original MMOs, and I'm curious, like, because that's like 20 years of they had to write adventures and content and stuff for an MMO. Is that going to be interesting for a tabletop?
I wonder how much that would translate, or how well that translates.
Yeah, because some of it is very straightforward. You're not going to, let's go kill 5 wild boars.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to enjoy that adventure. And Alien got another, kind of the third of its cinematic adventures. The I forget what they called it.
Cinematic scenario?
Yeah, but that saga is called.
I didn't even realize they were doing a 3-part thing until I saw the last one, which is called like Heart of Darkness.
Yes,
I think. So,
and it'll be great if you can get a character to survive all 3. I wonder if you get something.
You know what?
special.
I had not. I wonder how you would do it, because the first one you're space truckers. Let's just pop in my head. First one you're space truckers. Second one, I forget what the fuck it's called.
Colonial Marines. Yeah.
Yeah, you're Colonial Marines, but I forget what the scenario is called.
Yeah.
And so actually, I guess there's 2 kind of modes we haven't seen: corporate and the space colonists.
Right.
So no idea, and this just popped up. I would not be surprised if Heart of Darkness, the third one, featured either corporate or colonists.
Yeah.
I think you got to be. I would prefer colonists, but
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because then you would play all the classes.
Yeah.
But I'm great to see it. Same writer.
Yep, same writer.
So it's going to be good. Yeah, because I was really impressed with how.
Still haven't run Destroy Our World.
Destroy
That's what the
Our
Colonial
Worlds,
Marines
right,
one.
right.
I still haven't had a chance to run that. But
Yeah. So this will be another box set, like Destroy Worlds. Yeah, I'm repeating everything I've said previously. I don't need to add anything. This is all you.
go look at the previous episodes.
We covered babies and broadswords.
Oh,
And
I saw that.
I deliberately chose that because of the child endangerment aspect that you love so much in
Yeah,
tabletop.
yeah. I saw that, and I don't know. Like, that's kind of. Well, first of all, not everything has to be not everything has to be D&D based, but I'm sure we're going to discuss that. Right?
Yes.
But
it's coming.
like, I also saw that, and first off, I don't know how people role play with their kids. I mean, I guess I kind of do, and my kid is starting to do that where they're 4, but some people are like, we roll dice with my kids, and I'm like, I don't see a 4-year-old doing this, right?
Right.
Anyway, but I agree it's a decent imagination tool, and the kids naturally do that, so I see how you can do it. I have feelings over doing traditional D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, despite making a Thor hammer and a fucking Viking shield and all that stuff for my kid, I'm not okay when they go like pew 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 pew, right, and do all that stuff. And like, I kind of don't want to do the traditional hack and slash.
Right,
Let's
that's-
kick in the door,
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
some other intelligent creatures and take their stuff kind of thing. Which I don't know if I don't think Babies and Broadswords is that, but still just kind of the idea of carrying around a sword, or the people I've seen online going, yeah, we play kind of a stripped back version. I'm just like, why?
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was a funny combination. I thought it'd be fun to
It
talk
is
about.
kind of weird. a
But
little bit.
I don't know how you would enjoy role playing that if everybody has to be adorable all the time.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's it's very cringy.
Yeah. Like, it's funny, but I wonder how long that humor would last when you got to do it. Yeah, what baby burying or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm like, it's cute. It's
Yeah,
funny,
I think it's a little bit of a gimmick, but and maybe that'll sell some.
I'm sure,
sell some
maybe.
books for them. Yeah. And the last thing was Homeworld is getting a tabletop RPG. So
I
along
think I
with
downloaded the quick start of that.
oh, good. Yeah. Modifius just put that up. So that setting is amazing, but I think people are a little sensitive. They had a very emotional experience playing those games because the story is really. I mean, it takes Battlestar Galactica and
Ramped it up to 11.
Yeah, makes it look like the boring 80s TV that it was, but it really has a really developed story when you realize who you are and then what you're trying to do, and so getting that across in the tabletop setting and everything. And also, so there's going to be people that haven't ever played the game, don't know the story, and then people that are deeply, invested in that
But
setting. So
okay, as someone who only just now realized that Homeworld is a video game based on that thing you said, where I'm like, oh, look at this new sci-fi thing from Odysseus, I'll try it out. And they're like, oh, it's obviously based on a video game. I have no fucking clue. I wonder if that's the attraction, right? Like some people, myself, are going to go, hey, Modifius, 2D20, sci-fi, sure, let's try it out. And other people are going to go, oh, Homeworld, let's try it out. So you've kind of got both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Whether you can or even should try to reconcile those two groups, I don't know. Because as you said, people coming in from the video game are going to go, maybe they'll go, this is great, or maybe they'll go, not as impactful as the game. I wonder what group makeup would be.
Yeah. If it has to be from the same, because it's kind of based on, like, I think they called them kiths, like the like clans or tribes of like kind of Middle Eastern based, like thematic in that way. So yeah, if you all have to be from the same, or if because it's very limited reasons why they would unite, except for like the inciting incident of the whole game. So I don't know, but maybe that's what they're relying on, because it sounds like the Quickstarter might be the first discovery of a crashed ship on your planet.
I haven't read anything on it yet, and I'll go stealth read it at work when I finish this. But
Nice. Well, that brings us up to today.
Yay!
So we were just in rewind mode that whole time.
Retrospective.
Yes. So this week on the weekly, thought we would talk about Dark Souls. We'll be using 5e.
Yep.
And why they would be doing that. Orc Borg is a kind of a sci-fi orc setting for Orc Borg by, we'll talk about that. Paizo is making board games. So they're going to work with Gale Force 9 and push their, Starfinder, Pathfinder settings, get those characters out there. And Forbidden Psalm is doing The Last War, another expansion for the game. So let's start with the big box sitting in front of us. Yeah. So we know that the same guys that did this game, Steamforged, is doing a tabletop game, and they're also doing the RuneScape game, and they announced that's going to be powered by 5e. And then people were like, okay, so what does that mean? Because they hadn't released details yet. What does that mean for Dark Souls? Oh, that's 5e too. Okay, so how are you going to do that? And they kind of released a statement, and I think it did an interview that clarified a little bit of what they're doing. And basically one of the developers said they're going to cut 5e to ribbons before reanimating it by a bonfire. So similar to the game mechanics. So, but then why 5e? It continues after every statement in this release that I said, well, so why 5e after everything? They are going to also include a bloodied mechanic or a bloodied feature. And that was a 4e staple. So they probably would be better if they're still thinking tactically and everything to strip apart 4e, but maybe you can't open license. Maybe only the current system has the open game license. So there'll be a bloodied mechanic. So options open to you, different abilities or spells or whatever when you're like below half of your health will start to happen. So a player character, if they ever lose half of their what they're calling position.
Which is a combination of health and stamina.
Yes, right. So that's the other thing. That's the other mechanic they're adding is position, which, because it's a tactical kind of maneuvering game, they're trying to make the combat, feel more. And they did a really good job of translating that in the board game, because you're kind of in zones. And that gives you different advantage. And like this miniature you can see.
The giant penis head?
Yeah, it's...
Sorry.
It's... sorry. It's it's got its facings, it's got its front side and its flanks and its rear marked. So that would be very useful. And I'm really curious, because it's the same company, because there's really good boards in here. And I wonder if they're going to just say, we've got a lot of miniatures, so if you do want to play this on the table, here's how to incorporate here's how to use the combat with stuff we've already produced.
I wonder, I think a lot of that depends on whatever agreement they have with WotC and Hasbro.
Yes.
If which I imagine they would have to have one to, use like the 5. Okay, there's a lot of fan 5e stuff that uses 5e logos or